picnic or Huck's brain night. In this chapter, the story begins on a happy note. One Friday morning, Tom Sawyer hears wonderful news that his friend Becky Thatcher has returned to St. Petersburg with her family. Tom feels very excited and spends the whole day playing with Becky and other friends. Because of his happiness, he almost forgets about the dangerous man Injun Joe and the hidden treasure. Soon, Becky's mother plans a picnic for the next day. All the children are invited. Tom becomes so excited that he cannot sleep at night. He hopes that his friend Huck Finn will come secretly and give him a signal so they can go and find the treasure together. Tom wants to show the treasure to Becky the next day. However, Huck does not come, and Tom feels disappointed. The next morning at 10 o'clock, many children gather outside Judge Thatcher's house. There are no parents with them, only a few older young people to take care of them. They are going on a picnic using a big steam ferry boat. The children walk happily through the streets carrying baskets full of delicious food. Everyone is cheerful and excited. However, not everyone goes. Sid is sick, so he stays at home, and Mary stays to take care of him. Before Becky leaves, her mother tells her to stay overnight at a friend's house near the ferry because they will return late. Becky agrees and says she will stay with her friend Susie Harper. Her mother wants her to behave well. While walking, Tom secretly suggests to Becky that they should not stay at the Harper's house as planned. Instead, he has another idea which later leads to trouble. Huck's dangerous night. At the same time, Huck Finn is alone at night near the old inn. It is dark, quiet, and scary. He waits for a long time, hoping something will happen, but nothing does. He begins to feel tired and wonders if he should give up and go to sleep. Suddenly, he hears a soft noise, a door closing quietly. Huck hides and sees two men walking past him. One of them is carrying a box. Huck quickly understands that it must be the treasure. Instead of going to call Tom, Huck decides to follow the men alone. He is careful and stays far enough behind so they cannot see him. The men walk along the river road, then turn toward Cardiff Hill. They pass the old Welshman's house but do not stop. Huck first thinks they will hide the treasure in the quarry, but they continue climbing higher. Soon, they disappear into a narrow path covered with bushes. Huck moves closer and listens carefully. Suddenly, he hears a man cough very near him. Huck becomes extremely frightened. He realizes that he is close to Widow Douglas's house. Injun Joe's terrible plan. Then Huck hears voices. One of them is Injun Joe. Huck understands that they are planning something bad. At first, Huck wants to run away, but then he remembers that Widow Douglas has always been kind to him. He feels that he must do something to help her. As he listens, Huck learns the terrible truth. Injun Joe is not interested in money anymore. He wants revenge. He explains that Widow Douglas's husband treated him badly in the past. He had him put in prison and even whipped in front of the whole town. Now that the husband is dead, Injun Joe wants revenge on the widow instead. But his plan is very cruel. He says he does not want to kill her. Instead, he wants to hurt her badly by cutting her face, nose, and ears so that she loses her beauty. The other man feels afraid and does not want to do this, but Injun Joe threatens to kill him if he refuses. They decide to wait until all the lights in the house go out before attacking. Huck's brave decision. Huck is terrified, but he knows he must act quickly. Slowly and carefully, he steps back without making noise. Suddenly, a small twig breaks under his foot. Huck freezes in fear, but luckily, the men do not notice him. He carefully escapes and then runs as fast as he can to the Welshman's house. He knocks loudly on the door. The old Welshman and his two sons come to the window and ask who is there. When Huck tells them his name, the old man is surprised because people usually do not trust Huck. But he allows Huck to come inside. Huck begs them not to tell anyone that he has given the information, because he fears for his life. Then Huck quickly tells them everything about Injun Joe's plan. The rescue attempt. The old Welshman understands the seriousness of the situation. Without wasting time, he and his two sons take their guns and go quietly toward Widow Douglas's house to stop the criminals. Huck is too scared to go with them, so he hides behind a rock and waits. Everything is silent for a while. Then suddenly, Huck hears the loud sound of a gunshot. This frightens Huck even more. Without waiting to see what happens next, he runs away down the hill as fast as he can. Key points. Tom is happy about Becky's return and the picnic. He plans secretly with Becky, showing his adventurous nature. Huck shows great bravery by following the men alone. Injun Joe's character is shown as cruel and revengeful. Huck risks his life to save Widow Douglas. The Welshman and his sons act quickly to stop the crime. The chapter ends with suspense after the gunshot.